Well, we'll start 1 minute early. How about that? 5:59. Okay, well, welcome to the November version of the Russellville School Board meeting. At this time, like I said, it's 5:59, and we will do the Pledge of Allegiance right quick.
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now the playing of the Student of the Month presentation. Okay. Well, as always, good job on the video, and congratulations to everybody. There's no addenda items to add. Takes us down to number 5, RSD, Recruitment and Retention Compensation Plan. I've got Jeff Holt teed up to answer any questions of the board. Okay. If there is none, I would entertain a motion and a second.
I make a motion to approve the plan.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor by Mr. White and a second by Mr. Keister. I'll do a roll call just because I like doing that and it helps me keep up with it. I am a yes. Ms. Wynn?
Yes.
Mr. Barrett?
Yes.
Mr. Keister?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Ms. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Jackmore?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, board. It's unanimous. On down to number 6, revision and adoption of classified salary schedule, Mrs. Judy Pennington. Same thing, I have her teed up to answer questions. And then I'd like to recognize Ms. Karen Lavendier, right? CPPC President to address the board regarding the policy.
My name is Karen Lavendier. I work at Dwight Elementary as a secretary there. I'm also the CPPC president this year. And first, I would like to thank y'all for everything you've done to work on the classified salary schedule. I would also like to thank Judy Pennington for all the work that she has put in on this. She has put a lot of time and effort in working with getting everything together on this. The committee has reached out to all of their coworkers in their departments and gotten their feedback that has been brought back to the committee to discuss it. And I can say that we unanimously voted to present this to the board and accept it as our new phase 1 of the salary schedule. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With that being said, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the classified salary schedule.
Thank you, Mr.
Presented.
Keister.
I'll second.
Thank you. I have a motion by Mr. Keister and a second by Ms. Hall. Same thing. Jason is a yes. Ms. Wynn?
Yes.
Mr. Barrett?
Yes.
Mr. Keister?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Ms. Hall?
Yes.
And Mr. Jackmore?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, board. It's unanimous. That brings us down to number 7, information, and there's none. Brings us to number 8, consent agenda. Are there any issues from the board on the consent agenda as presented? Hearing no objections, the consent agenda is approved. Takes us to number 9, all the way down to Mr. Robertson on the finance report.
All right, took a look at October. As you can see, teacher salary fund, we ended with a difference of $341,650. Operating fund, it ended up $496,268. As you can see, the big difference is just a property tax collection this time of year. Debt service fund ended with a difference of $475,872. Once again, that's just timing of payments of all the refundings and when we actually pay those when they come in. So legal balance was up $630,491. Really just the differences above. Our building fund, we ended up $2,565,614. That's just due from the transfers that we made in the previous year of 2.7 really. The capital outlay fund, we ended up being up $327,573. As you see there, I always like to note of the 1.6 million, we have about 518,000 that are waiting to be in process. The federal grants fund, we ended up with a difference of $119,141. Once again, that's just timing of when payments come in. Our food service, we ended with a difference of being up $540,999. 2021 was an odd year as far as when things were coming in and bills, since that was kind of our unique year with COVID. It'll be more in line next month when that one catches up. I would like to make a note that I give Daniel the go-ahead, and he's got us about $150,000 of expenses being processed or ordered as far as the upgrades on kitchen equipment and stuff like that. So maybe by 2025 we'll get those in. So, but everything's looking good. The bidding stuff, you see I put a note out beside that, that's Tips Taps. Nothing was large enough to come here for bidding purposes, so being Tips Taps, we're able to purchase those directly from the vendors themselves. So that is period 4, October. Pretty good month.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Robertson. At this time, I'd entertain a motion to approve period 4.
I'll make-
motion to approve.
Okay, Mr. Jackmore?
Second.
Mr. White seconded. All in favor by raising hands? Okay, it is unanimous. Thank you, Board. Brings us down to number 10, which is kind of a lot of the meat of this agenda. And I'd like to recognize Mr. Ethan Hodge, PPC President, to address the Board regarding Policy 3.11R.
Good evening. My name is Ethan Hodge. If I haven't met you yet, I am the PPC president. I teach computer science at Russellville High School, and I coach the robotics team at Russellville High School. This last month, the PPC met, and actually the last couple of months, we talked about Policy 3.11R, which is a licensed personal and professional leave policy. We made some changes, some modifications to make it more readable and to also make it to where we can roll over some of our personal days into another year. And the PPC voted unanimously to support it. So.
Good deal. All right, any questions for Mr. Hodge? No? All right. Well, I would entertain a motion to approve 3.11R.
I make a motion that we approve 3.11R. I'll second.
Okay. Have a motion on the floor by Ms. Wynn, and a second by Ms. Hall. I am a yes. Ms. Wynn?
Yes.
Mr. Barrett?
Just real quick discussion question.
Yep, sure.
For admin, y'all in favor of this and looked at it from a financial impact as far as, I mean, if we're rolling more days over, it could be potential for more substitute, and y'all are okay with the policy?
Yes, we did. We did talk about that, and right now you could have 3 personal days, and they turn into sick days the next year. So people are still using those days as sick. So it shouldn't add more days. Right now, if you work 10 years, you get an additional 4th day. So the extra amount that we would be out is that now when you get your 4th day after 10 years of service in RSD, you don't get doctor sub pay. So there will be an extra cost there that we will be covering the sub pay for people when they use their 4th and 5th day after they've been here for 10 years or 15 years. We didn't think it would be substantial enough.
Yeah, that's when it's hard to calculate, not knowing who's going to take what and when. But that was the expense that we were being aware of, is the not being docked sub pay. That's where the expense would come in.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, sorry, Mr. Barrett. He is right. After I got the motion in a second, I am supposed to ask for more discussion, and I jumped ahead there, so my apologies. So Mr. Barrett's a yes. Mr. Keister?
Yes.
Mr. White?
Yes.
Ms. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Jackmore?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, folks, we're at Section 1 policies, and there is a whole bunch of these that goes all the way down. And I'm not saying, so let me ask you this, Mr. Vining or Mrs. Pennington, is this something we need to approve as one?
You can do all the rest of the policies or just do Section 1, then you could do the Section 4 if you'd like separate. But yes, you could do all of those together as the ones we're going to revoke, revise, and add. For Section 1 could be one motion if you wanted it. It all ties together within that new handbook version.
Leisure of the board, your call. What do you
So move.
Got a motion by Mr. Barrett to approve as stated on the agenda, Sections 1 and Section 4. Is that correct, Ms. Pennington? And 3, 1, 3, and 4.
Second.
Yes.
3.11R, yeah. And I got a motion by Mr. Barrett and a second by Mr. Keister. Any more discussion? All in favor, show of hands. It is unanimous. Down to building and grounds, and there's none. And brings us down to personnel. And I would entertain a motion on the personnel.
I'll make a motion to approve the certified classified staff resignations, transfers, retirements, and employment as listed.
I'll second that.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jackmore. Have a motion by Mr. White and a second by Mr. Jackmore to approve personnel. Any more discussion? All in favor? Okay, motion passes unanimously. Guess what, folks? It's 6:16 and we are at adjournment. So without any other further discussion, anybody?
Just one thing real quick.
Yep, go ahead.
I mean, this is gonna be real quick.
Yeah, sure.
After our meeting last night, you know, we had some discussion during the meeting about how some people weren't aware of what proper and improper behavior is in the schools. I'd like for us to somehow remind everybody what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. I think we demonstrated that last night, but if there's any doubt in anyone's mind, I think we need to clarify that.
Yeah, duly noted. Okay. Yeah, you have anything? Oh, yes. Ethan, where you at? I heard robotics team did well last weekend. Is that true? Tell us a little bit about that, please.
I mean, don't act excited.
Yeah, so we had a team last week that competed at Nashville, Arkansas. They ended up winning the tournament and winning the Excellence Award.
Oh, wow.
The Excellence Award is like the highest award you can get. That means you have good design, you have a good robot, you're good at playing the game, and you're good at interviewing when talking to judges, which are typically like engineers and things like that.
Wow.
So, also we'll be hosting a tournament on December 4th. So if you know any engineers, if you'd like to come look over students' design documentation, I'd be happy to have them look at it.
Yeah. Sounds like Morgan's got that. You got that work. I do not qualify for that, Mr. Hodge. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations. I know Finley had Mr. Hodge and sure thought highly of him while he was here. So, with that being said, it is 6:18 and we are adjourned.